What is up, guys? Drew Martin here with the bowl game preview. December 29th, we got two bowl games tonight. We got the Alamo Bowl in the nightcap, and we got the Cheez-It Bowl from Orlando, Florida for the first game up. Happy hour special, 5:30 p.m. Eastern, 2:30 Pacific. We got Oklahoma State versus Miami. Oklahoma State 1-point favorite, 61.5 being the total. This is the Cheez-It Bowl in Camping World Stadium in Orlando, Florida. It was formerly known as the Citrus Bowl. This game on ESPN, 5:30 Eastern. We got Oklahoma State 7-3 on the season from the Big 12 versus Miami, 8-2 in the ACC. Of course, their ATS record's a little bit different here. Oklahoma State just 4-6, Miami 6-4. Oklahoma State slight under trenders here, 7 unders and just 3 overs. So, a couple things here on why I'm betting the Oklahoma State Cowboys. -1 right now as the favorite. It's come down a bunch from about 4.5 as the opener. Big reason why for the Oklahoma State side here, Roche and Phillips, two of the best Miami defensive linemen, opting out here. These two combined for 30 tackles for loss. So I think the push up front for Miami is going to be a little bit less in this game against Oklahoma State here. De'Aaron King, the quarterback for Miami, 6,000 yards at Houston, as you probably know, transferring here to Miami and having a successful year with the offensive coordinator, Rhett Lashley. He just declared that he's coming back for next season. I could see a little push there, but that's more for next season. I think this season, this bowl game, I think he's going to I don't think it's going to be enough to make up for some of the opt-outs on Miami's side. He has thrown for 2,500 pass yards and 500 rush yards. It's been a great mix here. But the fact that Miami really over the last 15 years has been very disappointing in bowl games. You don't have to go back very far. Just last season against Louisiana Tech, getting blanked 14-0 to a Conference USA opponent. Manny Diaz, of course, inexperienced in bowl season, 0-1. That was his only bowl game as a head coach. And going up against Mike Gundy, 9-5 in bowl games. And Oklahoma State, their wide receiver, their best pro prospect, Tyron Wallace, he's playing in the game. I would look for them to have offensive success. And the quarterback, Spencer Sanders, getting mobility at the quarterback position in the Oklahoma State offense, I think can cause some problems here with the depleted Miami defense. And last thing here, the Oklahoma State defense, I think is underrated, guys. I really do. Top 10 in first downs allowed, 12th in defensive success rate, and 4th in passing success rate. So I think Miami's going to have a real difficult time throwing the ball down the field, something they're not really good at. It's kind of De'Aaron King's, I guess you could say, not one of his positives. So overall, I think Oklahoma State, we get a buy low opportunity here. -1 is the bet on the first game. Now, the second game here, the nightcap, works out pretty good tonight. Hopefully, you got a clear schedule because we got 5:30 Eastern and then 9 p.m. Eastern for the nightcap in the second bowl game for Tuesday, December 29th. We got the Valero Alamo Bowl in the Alamo Bowl in San Antonio, Texas, I believe. So controlled climate here, guys. And also for the first game, I forgot to mention weather-wise, doesn't look to be any problem, 68 degrees and light winds in Orlando, Florida. But for this one in the Alamo Dome, weather is going to be an issue, but it is a controlled climate dome there, so we're not going to have to worry about that here. 9 p.m. Eastern kick on ESPN. Texas versus Colorado. The Texas Longhorns, 7.5-point favorites, 65.5 being the total here as they face the Colorado Buffaloes. Texas 6-3 in the Big 12 Conference. Colorado 4-1 in the Pac-12, 4-1 ATS as well, whereas Texas just went 3-6 against the spread. 6-3 to the over. Colorado also slight trenders here towards the over with 3 overs and only 2 unders. Big one here, guys, is the Texas Longhorn opt-outs. All 5 team captains opting out of this bowl game. I think that's very alarming here. If you're looking to bet the Texas side, we have seen a push in the line down to just 7.5. It was a higher earlier in the bowl season here. Texas opt-outs, all 5 team captains out, 2 defensive linemen, including 1 first-team all-conference defensive lineman, both safeties. So this defense is really going to be hit hard here for Texas. So it's kind of tough to go off of their defensive metrics with these top line opt outs. Now, if you're looking to for reasons to bet Texas, Herman 3-0 in bowl games here at Texas. We have known him as an underdog, has kind of been a trendy bet. But the Colorado side, I think they kind of offset that here. They got the Pac-12 Coach of the Year in Durrell, kind of a situation going into this season for Colorado the Buffs in a late season head coaching change as their predecessor kind of opted out for East Lansing, Michigan. But it's been a positive season for Colorado, 4-1 on the year, both straight up and ATS. They also got the offensive player of the year in the Pac-12 in Broussard as the running back, over 800 yards rushing in just 5 games. You got to be reminded in the Pac-12. Colorado defense also top 10 in rushing success rate and havoc created. So they're getting tackles for loss and defending passers. I like the underdog here, guys. And of course, when betting underdogs in 2020 overall, and especially in bowl season, look to sprinkle a little bit on the money line. But really, guys, it is just for the play of the game, Colorado plus 7.5 for record keeping purposes, and Oklahoma State -1, but do sprinkle something there on the Colorado side as an underdog. So Davey, thanks for joining me live. Guys, I want to apologize for the day after Christmas not going live here. I know I kind of said I was going to go live each and every bowl day that there's bowl games, and I missed that on December 26th. Really, that's just on me. It was a family Christmas party, and by the time I woke up from having one too many, I guess, cocktails that night, it was becoming obvious I wasn't going to be able to do the proper research in the video to give you, my true thoughts on betting these games. So that's the reason why, and I do apologize. But thanks for reaching out on Twitter, guys, to everybody that did and messaging me, missing the video. So here I am back at it. Won't miss another one. And we got Oklahoma State -1 and Colorado plus 7.5, 7 in the hook. And hopefully we go 2-0, if not just 1-1. So guys, appreciate you joining in. Best of luck with your bets today, and